What's good, everybody? We are back for another episode of the No Hedging Podcast. I go by the name of Rip16, the GOAT.
I am tired of Fly Jet.
And we are the Mighty No Hedging Podcast duo, back for week 4 of NFL action. This is 5 in Bruhman language, but it is an actual 4 today. So make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you keep showing the channel love so we can keep showing it back. Got new and exciting fun things, just as exciting as the NFL has been thus far.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to the people?
The NFL is shaky right now. Very shaky.
Shaky as a script or something might say.
Shaky. You got
Let's say
you got teams losing, ain't supposed to be losing. How did the Browns beat the Packers? Who saw that?
We about to get into it.
It's shaky. It's shaky.
It's shaky.
It's shaky.
Matter of fact, I'm feeling I wasn't even gonna do it, but today let's just pop the show off with a little bit of GOATtalk. Can I get a Stone Cold Steve Austin what?
Okay.
I guess that'll suffice. As my esteemed co-host just stated, it has been very shaky. The grounds are rumbling. It might feel like an earthquake for some of you. I heard some people tell me they've been winning. I heard some people told me it ain't going. I heard some people tell me don't even ask me for no pick because I don't know what to tell you. And with all that being said, you still live. You still live to fight another day. You got to bounce back. All right? The matchups on the slate are starting to level off. We're starting to get some teams to establish some identities. We're starting to get some teams to establish who they are. So you can't give up on yourself. They want you to quit. They want you to fall. But it's not going to happen. You know why? Because you are you. Whatever your name is. They call me GOAT. You know why? It's not because I always win. It's because I never give up. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all stick with us. And we're going to stick with y'all because we're going to come up with some winning picks this week. I'll be damned if we don't. We're going to come up with some good bets this week. I'll be damned if we don't. Because that's what GOATs do. We don't just fall. We don't just quit. We don't just give up. We don't just lay the fuck down and just let them win. What is that? I don't know what that is, brother. I'm going to win. Because what's L? Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and let's pop this show off with a wonderful classic segment. A segment that we like to call Takeaways.
Takeaways.
What do you got?
What I got? Let's talk about the special teams this past weekend.
You want to talk about that? Go ahead.
A lot of blocked field goals. A couple blocked field goals returned for touchdowns. A couple missed field goals. The special teams definitely had an impact in a good amount of games. You got a couple games that ended in last second field goal wins, i.e. the Browns, as that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Another one, the 49ers.
Yeah.
Game-winning field goal. Philadelphia, blocked field goal, return for a touchdown for the win. Had another blocked field goal. It was just a lot of blocked field goals, and it was a lot of special teams action this past weekend that made some impact in some games and outcomes of some games.
It was quite interesting to see live and to watch some of this stuff go down. As an Atlanta Falcons fan, the Falcons missed a couple field goals early on in that game. But, I mean, I can't even attribute it to the field goals because there were such long field goals. I can't really be too mad at the kicker for that. But I just found it interesting with the missed field goals, the blocked field goals, all that. Yeah, special teams is one of those underrated units that often gets overlooked. It's the third unit of the team that a lot of teams, just disregard, forget about. But it can be important, as we just saw in week 3. Highly important.
Kickoff returns, a touchdown, all types of shit was going down.
All types of chaos happens during special teams plays, and it was a muffed punt return here and there I saw on the games. I don't think that necessarily had a huge impact on that game in particular, but there are things that occur during special teams units, and I'm not sure what happened, to allow some of these teams to get more blocks on field goals. But what do you attribute that to?
Well, I think with the Philadelphia block field goal, it was obviously Jordan Davis is a load, and tearing up that interior, the center and the guard, he just blew right by him, and that's what happened. That was that. And then you have other ones where you get a player to jump over the center and block it and then return it for a touchdown.
Right.
So, that's just athleticism. That's what you attribute that shit to.
I attribute to is athletic.
Yeah, that's what you attribute it to.
But yeah, athleticism definitely does make a big difference for sure when you look at somebody like Jordan Davis, who is this, massive player, but, still athletic, still shows some speed, had a little combine speed he pulled out, and was able to run it back for a touchdown and win the game. I think that was definitely a takeaway. The special teams definitely have to be a focus. I think the other teams that lost due to the special teams mishaps definitely got to tighten the fuck up. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know if that's something that we'll see all the time, but I have heard somebody mention before that special teams can make a difference between, contender and a championship team sometimes. Because the margin of error in the playoffs is so small. Mm-hmm. And when you look at actually very good teams, I look at special teams as a determining factor. If you got a guy who's a great return man and can get you great field position in a hard-fought battle, or you got a field goal kicker who can kick an extra 10 yards that those other kickers couldn't kick, it makes a big-ass difference in a game. So, I mean, just looking at that, and speaking of that, one of my personal takeaways was the undefeated teams. Mm-hmm. So as of now, it's 6 teams that are still undefeated. That is the championship, the reigning championship Philadelphia Eagles, mm-hmm. the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, mm-hmm. the San Francisco 49ers, surprisingly, mm-hmm. the Colts, the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, mm-hmm. out of left field. The Los Angeles Chargers, mm-hmm. and what's the last one? The 6th one.
Is Buffalo undefeated?
Buffalo Bills. That's the last one. 2 of those we kind of can see. The Bills and the Eagles. You like, okay, mm-hmm. I get it. 2 of those is like a little bit of a surprise, but they made some additions. You got your Buccaneers and you got your Chargers. 2 of those was like, what the hell?
How?
The Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers, we just did not see. Yeah. The San Francisco 49ers, given the injuries, I think is the part that's very impressive about their team. They are down a quarterback, 2 receivers,
pretty much about to be another quarterback.
Probably about to be another quarterback. Mm-hmm. And somehow they still managed to win a division matchup.
Nick Bosa.
And they down Nick Bosa mm-hmm. out for the season with an ACL. Mm-hmm. How? I don't know. But they managed to do it, which is probably the most impressive to me out of those. It's just the San Francisco 49ers, just because they really are still beat up. And that's something they've been dealing with the past couple of years. It's just being depleted at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. But to their credit, they've learned how to fight through a depleted team, because they've been able to win 3 games, and one of them being a division game.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Tampa Bay being 3-0 because of it's 3 weeks in a row. Baker Mayfield is less than 2 minutes putting his team in position to win the game.
Baker had that dog, though.
Yeah. So I'm impressed with it because they're actually closing games out. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to do that and then close the game out, that's key. So I'm impressed with that. How long that lasts, I don't know, because you don't want to be in that situation all the time.
Especially not against a really good team.
Yeah, and they have Philadelphia coming up, so like Do you want to be in that situation against Philadelphia?
Somebody not gonna be undefeated after this week.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, we it's good to do that, to be able to have that ability, but you don't want to be in that position all the time. And I believe that they shouldn't have been in that position this past weekend versus the Jets, but they got there. It happened. And how did it happen? Blocked field goal. Blocked field goal, return for a touchdown. So that's,
and the other thing happened. Going against them, Mike Evans is going to be down for a couple weeks.
Yeah, but they're good. They got Emeka Egbuka, bro.
They got Emeka, but they already down Chris Godwin. Yeah. I think Emeka Egbuka
they didn't
being out
need
there,
Chris Godwin.
They didn't need him because they had Emeka.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But now Emeka is looking like Will Smith on the last episode, standing in the living room looking by himself.
WR1, bro. He can handle it.
He's handle
that guy,
it,
bro.
He can handle it, but who else is gonna support him when they bracket him?
They got guys. They got a guy from Washington, came out of Washington.
And they going against the championship Eagles now.
They got guys.
The Eagles gonna find a play.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't going against no peons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He is good.
But that's what I'm saying.
Impressive and beautiful catch.
But doing that, consistently, if that's your way to win games, how sustainable is that versus a good team like Philadelphia?
And that's my problem.
Yeah.
With that. Another team that we both have a problem with. You want to tell the people your other takeaway?
Ravens defense is not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you sold me on that damn defense, bro. First week.
I mean, everybody's sold on it.
You sold me on it.
The players that they have on that defense, the talent that they have on the defense, but it's like they gave up 40-something points to Buffalo, and they gave up another 38 points to the Lions.
Yes, they did.
So they giving up 30+ points a game, bro.
That's not good defense. You cannot hit 30 in a football game and tell me you playing good defense. Yeah, that's just not happening.
I mean, I know they had. So last night when they played the Lions, they had a lot of interior defensive linemen that were out. Kyle Van Noy and BK. So those guys are out, but still, I feel like as a Ravens unit, as a Ravens defense that's known for defense, a team that's known for defense, you don't get gashed like that on the ground. You don't allow a team to come in there to run you up and down the field, a 10-yard gain, 10-yard gain right up the middle of the defense on the ground. That's unacceptable. But I mean, you got to credit Detroit. They came in there with bad intentions.
Yes,
they said we are the bully, and we gonna make you our bitch on this field. And sure enough, I mean, the game was pretty close for about 3 quarters, and then it was like after that Derrick Henry fumble. Once again, Derrick Henry fumbles in a tight spot.
Man,
that changed the whole complexion of the game.
That's 2 Derrick Henry fumbles that have changed the complexion of the game against 2 strong opponents.
Yeah.
Again,
can't do that.
The margin of error between 2 playoff teams, you just lost against 2 playoff teams. And I mean, matter of fact, let's go ahead and parlay that and continue this conversation in another wonderful segment that we have over here. It's called Besides the Eagles.
Besides the Eagles.
So besides the Eagles, this segment is all about contenders and pretenders, and parlaying what you just said, I have to question it. I don't know if I'm fully prepared to put them in that category.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about contenders and pretenders, I have no choice but to think about the Baltimore Ravens as the latter. Are they pretenders right now?
No, that's disrespectful. Don't ever.
Are they getting close to it?
No.
You don't think they're getting close to it?
No.
You're going against teams that are considered contenders.
The Ravens are not a pretender, bro. That's disrespectful.
See, look at what your words just.
Don't ever say that about Baltimore.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to believe it. I said I'm getting close to it though.
Mm-mm.
I'm getting close to it because your defense is giving up way too many points against good teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Your defense is not playing well. They did it in week 1 against the Bills before the injuries occurred. Mm-hmm. And then you turn around and did it against the Lions. So can I attribute it to the injuries? I don't know. my whole thing is y'all are getting dangerously close. You're losing some games where you had chances to win, and you giving up the lead. That's not contender behavior. It's early in the season. That's the only reason I'm not willing to chalk it up and say y'all are some pretenders.
I'm not
willing to say that.
I'm not even.
But I'm saying that y'all are damn sure tiptoeing into the territory. If you don't tighten up on defense, putting up 30 points is good enough to win games in most scenarios. However, we saw the Bengals put up a lot of points last season, and they damn sure didn't even make the playoffs.
Well, let me stop you right there, because speaking of that division, they still got a chokehold on that division. They're still going to be the big dog in the division. The Bengals not going to be able to compete with them.
They got 1-2 record.
The Browns, we seen what they just did with the Browns.
The Browns got a 1-2 record.
We just saw what they did with the Browns. They just played the Browns. What they do to them? They put up, 50-some points? Something like that? Something crazy?
They beat the brakes off the Browns.
40 points?
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, that's the Browns. That's their division. All you got to do is win your division.
You do got to win your division.
So you win your division, you are in the contender.
Winning the division ain't good enough for the Baltimore Ravens. We are clear on that.
Yeah.
We are clear that they can win the division. Joe Burrow is hurt. It's very unlikely that the Bengals are going to be a strong contest, especially after that performance they just put together. It's very unlikely that the Bengals are going to be a strong contest. We don't have high expectations out of the Browns, but as you just so eloquently stated at the beginning of the show, how in the hell did they beat the Green Bay Packers? I don't know. But all I'm saying is if you want to win in the playoffs, and it's a good thing this is occurring early on in the season.
There you go.
You need to tighten that up. And as I said, I'm not willing to call them a pretender, but I'm just saying, you can't keep doing this against good teams. That ain't good. You might win the division. You might make the playoffs. But if this is the shit you do against good teams, your ass is going to be out of the playoffs real quick.
Yeah, you will.
And that's why you tighten up in week 3 or week 4 versus trying to tighten up in divisional round or wild card weekend. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
They got the Chiefs next week, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
And they play them in Arrowhead, so we'll see. We'll see how they improve then.
But another team that you mentioned, shifting gears, another team that you mentioned that I think we might need to start talking about maybe as a potential contender.
Who that?
The Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, they've been in the playoffs recent couple, consistently. They won the division consistently. They beat the Eagles in the playoffs. I mean, you can definitely put them in the contender category, I would say.
I mean, and
as long as they stay healthy.
And the thing is, it's like they've done this down one receiver there in one of the 6 undefeated teams, right? Mm-hmm. Now, as you mentioned, they don't necessarily need Chris Godwin when they have Emeka Egbuka and they have Mike Evans. I'm very curious to see how they perform in this coming week against the Eagles. But eventually they are going to have Mike Evans back, and eventually they are going to have Chris Godwin back. And hopefully, Emeka stays healthy during that time frame. And then you really get to see the full potential of this offense with Baker Mayfield still playing very well as we've seen him consistently play for the past few years. Mm-hmm. I think they have Bucky Irvin. They have Rashad White as a second back and a supplemental back to kind of come in and make some plays. And a solid defense. So, I mean, I think the Bucs have pushed themselves into contender round given the fact of, as of right now, I thought the Falcons would be doing better, but as of right now, the Bucs have a chokehold on the division. Mm-hmm. So with them being undefeated and already having one division win underneath their belt, they have a solid chokehold in the division, and they're also showing that they know how to come back. They also showing that they can close a game, they can make a play happen, special teams, blocking a field goal, doing stuff. You're doing stuff that contenders do. Mm-hmm. And so I got to give some credit where it's due to the Buccaneers, not being biased because they're in the home team division. But I got to give them some credit.
But those wins, they got Atlanta, the Jets, and what's the other win they just had? What did they just play?
Week 2?
Yeah, who they play week 2? Who the Bucks played? They played
the Texans.
Honestly, those are 3 teams that won't make the playoffs. so
this is gonna be their test to see whether or not they're a true contender. If they can beat the Eagles,
because it's like now you think about it, it's like, all right, y'all played 3 teams that are pretty much in the bottom of their divisions right now. Pretty
down
much.
the bottom half, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, and those games that you played, they were comeback games. You had to put yourself in comeback position to win. So I don't know. Like I said, we'll see how it goes when they play Philadelphia.
I more so thought it was a little impressive just because they weren't fully equipped as an offense. They weren't at max capacity. Even at the start of the season, they weren't at max capacity. You win a division game, which is always going to be something just because of the familiarity. But then you also, have comeback wins. You find ways to win with special teams. You find ways to win despite injuries. You find ways to win. So I just feel like that's championship or contender DNA. Mm-hmm. I do fully...
Or it could be fool's gold.
It could be fool's gold. But, I think, this Eagles game coming up is definitely going to be a huge test for them. So that's going to be determined because somebody's going to have to not be undefeated. And we're going to find out. But switching gears to another wonderful segment, speaking of teams that are a little bit shaky, a little bit questionable, players, coaches, staff, record label, and motherfucking crews, we have a wonderful segment around here we like to call Clock Out for Me, Big Dawg.
You can go ahead and clock out.
Right now?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Time's up. It's time to go.
We love you, but sometimes it's just time for you to go. So,
time to end that shift a little early.
You know what? Let's parlay this segment into another brand new segment that you came up with yourself. It's a segment we like to call Ask a Giants Fan. And if you ask a Giants fan right now, as in week 3 of the NFL season, what would they say?
So, all right.
You got your New York hat on.
So the decision has been made. Obviously, they made the decision to start Jackson Dart, which all Giants Nation is ecstatic about.
Okay.
All Giants Nation is ecstatic about. Now, I was going to get into my little rant before then, but they already made the decision to start him. My whole thing was, and I'll touch on it briefly. So after watching this game, okay, that we played versus the Chiefs, we had opportunities to beat the Chiefs. One thing about our team is we cannot capitalize on opportunities. We had a fumble opportunity that we could have got, that could have put us in position to score a touchdown before the half. We had another opportunity to get interceptions that could have prevented points from going on the board before the half by the Chiefs. So on the defensive side, when we have opportunities, we cannot capitalize on those damn opportunities. That irritates me every single game. It's stressful.
Right.
That's on a defensive perspective. Now, the pass rush got there a little bit. They affected Patrick Mahomes. They had him, running out the pocket and stuff like that. Not a problem.
Been doing that every week.
Not a problem. Great. But I would like to see more sacks. I would love to see more sacks out of this pass rush. Other than that, defense, they just need to capitalize on opportunities. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, everybody knows the problem is Russell Wilson. That game versus the Dallas Cowboys, where he threw for 450 and 3 touchdowns and whatever the case may be, that's because Dallas defense
at the end of the game.
That's because Dallas defense was garbage, and I knew that from Jump Street. We all knew that Dallas defense was going to be impacted by the loss of Micah Parsons. Okay,
for sure.
And the same Dallas defense, Caleb Williams went fucking bonkers on as well. Okay,
yeah.
So that's the confirmation. So our problem was our quarterback. Okay, and our play calling. I believe that the problem is our play calling is so predictable. It's so predictable. It doesn't make any sense on how you're not able to get your best receiver involved in the game. You don't give him any targets. You don't give him it. There's no quick little
His play
screens.
calling has just not been good for
Mike
the past
Kafka,
2 years.
The ability to not draw up any plays to get your best receiver or best player to football is a problem. That's a sign of incompetence in that position, in that role, because it's like, bro, throw a quick screen out to Malik. Do a reverse. Get his hands on the football. Get him involved in the game. We don't have an intermediate pass game. It's boom or bust for us.
So it was supposed to be clocking out Russell Wilson.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
It sounds like from what I'm hearing you say, you got a couple other people on the Giants organization.
Oh, absolutely.
Clock out.
Mike Kafka is definitely on the clock out list as well because, like I said, no intermediate pass game, no creativity in the offense. Everything is so predictable. We get to the line of scrimmage. I even know what the hell we're doing. Of course, the defense knows what the hell we're doing. So it just makes it so predictable. It's so plain, so vanilla. There's nothing going on there. Now, Russell Wilson, we in the red zone. 1st and goal, inside the 10. This dude throws a pass to the fucking tunnel. Doesn't even give your teammate a chance at the ball. 2nd down, he scrambles, gets sacked, or he gains like 2-3 yards. 3rd down, he airmails another ball in the back of the end zone. 4th down, throws the ball at the fucking goalpost, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You're supposed to be a 36-year-old quarterback, a veteran. You'd won a Super Bowl. There's no reason why you should be doing that. You are doing rookie things. So my whole thing was, if we're going to allow Russell Wilson to do these kind of things, how much worse can Jackson Dart do? How much worse?
Hold on now.
How much worse can he do?
It can always get worse.
How?
It can always
How?
get worse.
So my thing is, all right, let's put Jackson out there. Albeit we got the Chargers coming up. I didn't like that. I mean, I don't know about that decision putting him out there.
This is the wrong week to put him in that game.
Wrong week to put him in there. But I would rather, like the phrase was, rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay.
Let's get him in there. Let's get some experience. Let's go. He's at home, so he has support from the crowd.
He's at home, and if you're going to take an ass whipping,
at least be in front of your home crowd where you got some support. Don't be on the road in a hostile environment where it's your first NFL start and it's not a good situation for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm glad we made the move. I feel like it's needed to be made. And hell, how much worse can we get? How much worse can we get? Jackson Dart's going to bring some juice. He's going to bring some, shout out to my boy Cam Scatterboo. He brings some juice to the offense. Like, let's go, man. Now, the question is going to be the play calling. Mike Kafka, you on the watch list, bro.
Listen, Scatterbo, Dart, Russell Wilson, Mr. Wilson. Chargers at 5.
Yeah, man.
But, I get it. For sure, and that clock out / Ask a Giants fan, which you just so eloquently put together.
So frustrating, bro.
Yeah, I can hear the frustration in your spirit. I can hear the frustration in your spirit, brother. But moving right along, I don't really have much more to say about that. I think you said all that needed to be said. So, moving along to week 4 of the NFL season, getting into another very important segment. It's a segment all about, like, what exactly do you need to actually watch and see? It's a segment called MustSeeTV.
Must see.
Man, these folks got
now, we have alluded to this particular game a couple of times throughout this episode thus far, so we might as well just go ahead, like you said, rip the Band-Aid off. MustSeeTV is the Eagles versus the Bucks. We got 2 undefeated teams. Somebody's about to be not undefeated after this week. You mentioned a few things, but what are you seeing out of this matchup?
Hopefully, I'm seeing the Eagles utilizing the passing game more like they did versus the Rams, but they waited until they were getting their ass beat.
Yeah. They was getting their ass beat bad.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about the Eagles right now. Y'all taking some ass whoopings before y'all really kicking the gear. I don't know if y'all got some championship itis or something in your system or something, but it's like they almost gotta get their ass beat to say, oh, okay, let's start playing like we won the Super Bowl.
I don't know if they don't if they're not confident in Jalen Hurts, because it's like, bro, let him rip the ball. Let him throw. Let him throw the ball. You got A.J. Brown right there. You got Devontae Smith right there. You got 2 top paid receivers on the outside, along with Saquon Barkley in the backfield. I understand you love Saquon. You want to run the football. I get it. But mix it up. Have some balance. Let Jalen Hurts throw the ball. As you can see, he's capable of throwing the ball.
He's fully capable of throwing the ball.
Capable.
And if the play breaks down, if they got some excellent coverage, he can still run.
Yeah, so what I want to see is I want to see them mix it up, be a little bit more balanced when it comes to throwing and running the football.
Okay.
That's what I want to see.
And what I want to see out of the Bucks is show me that you can actually play that good or have this finishing DNA, close a game against a good team. And I also want to see how Emeka is really, really damn good. However, I want to see how good is he when he has to be the only wide receiving option. When you the guy, when you the number one guy, when you're clearly the guy that we got to watch and we got to throw, how do you expose the defense? How do you still, maintain productivity? I want to see that. I think Baker Mayfield is capable of getting the ball to him and seeing it. But I want to see something out of both of these teams to truly give me a good barometer of where they are. So that's why this is must-see TV. Now, there is another game that I do want to give an honorable mention to really quickly. Not because I think it's just going to be a phenomenal game, but because of the simple fact of Michael Parsons is going back to Dallas. And they just came off of a loss against the Browns in a game where I don't think they should have lost. But Michael Parsons going back to Dallas and CeeDee Lamb being out, I think Michael Parsons is just about to be chasing after Dak Prescott like a madman. And I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't even like watching Cowboys games like that. Packers games be cool, but I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, Dallas in trouble, man.
But
no CD for a couple weeks. That's a problem.
CD for a couple weeks.
That's a problem.
I want to see Michael Parsons chase after Dak Prescott, and that's why this is an honorable mention must-see TV for me.
Yeah, I got to throw in the Chiefs and the Ravens too, man. That's definitely a must-see TV game as well. We all understand.
That's a playoff matchup that we've been very familiar with over the past couple of years.
Yeah, so, Chiefs, quote-unquote, getting back on track after a win versus the Giants.
That's not getting back on track.
Ravens off of a loss at home versus the Lions, getting pummeled. To be completely honest, we all seen the Ravens beat the Chiefs in regular season. So it wouldn't be a shock to me to see that happen again, which I think will happen. And if that does happen, that means that one of these teams are going to be 1-3.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of these teams are going to be 1-3.
That's not what you expect out of either of these teams.
Yeah, so I think that's what makes it a must-see TV, because the loss will put one of these teams in a backseat position for sure.
In a hole. You said the Ravens are in the driver's seat in their division. Now 1-3 is gonna make it look real ugly though. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah.
But I agree with you there, brother. Let's move on to another wonderful segment, probably one of the most important segments of the show. A lot of people come here just for this. It's a segment that we like to call Best Bets. Stack your chips, put them on the table, let them drop, and let's see what the hell is going on.
You got me right now, 3, 2, and 1.
So last week, I went 1, 1, and 1. And last week, you went 1 and 2. It's been a little shaky. Now, one of mine was the 1, 1, and 1. The extra one came from a push with my Los Angeles Chargers that won the game by exactly 3 points, and the point spread was 3. So that is a push in sports betting books. So I'm not gonna cheat you or defeat you. I'm gonna be real with you. So that puts me at a grand total of 3, 2, and 1 for best bets, and that puts you at a grand total of 2 and 4. Now you got the opportunity to right the ship and get it back correct.
Yes, I do.
So I'm gonna let you meditate,
and I will this week. I got some good picks for you, gang.
You want to get your picks first? You excited about them, or
yes,
you want me to go
Let's
first?
do it. My first pick of the week of week 4. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles. It's at 3.5 right now. They're playing Tampa Bay in Tampa. Like I alluded to in the contender segment, the besides the Eagles segment. Tampa Bay, they played 3 weak teams.
Yeah.
And in order to get those victories in the win column.
The hook though?
I'm taking the hook. I'm taking it. The
hook is scary.
I'm taking it. 3.5. I think the Eagles win by about a touchdown. This is a higher caliber team than the Tampa Bay Bucks been playing. The Jets went down to the wire. Falcons went down to the wire. Houston went down to the wire. Mm-hmm. So give me Philadelphia minus 3.5. Next one, I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams, the team that just lost to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Same thing, minus 3.5 versus the Indianapolis Colts.
They should have won that game. I actually
should have won this game. It was probably one of a bad beat because I had the Rams plus 3.5. If they just block the field goal and just leave it there, not pick it up and return it back, I covered the bet.
Call it a bad beat.
Yeah, so they get the field goal block. All they had to do was just block the field goal, not return it, but they returned it, killed my 3.5.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Rams versus the Colts. Bad beat. I'm taking the Rams versus the Colts this week to rebound. They're minus 3.5 again. I don't know how for real this Colts team is.
We're going to find out. If they beat the Rams,
I don't know how real this Colts team is because
if this Colts team beat the Rams, they legit.
Because the same thing with the Colts happens with the Bucks, right? They ain't really played nobody.
And I told you that,
who did they play?
When we talked about them earlier, with them being undefeated now for the first 3 games.
Who they played week 2? I know they played the Titans last week, got that. They played the Dolphins,
the Broncos and won. That was a good game.
But they could have lost that game and should have lost that game.
They could have lost that game, but they did win that game.
Yeah.
And then they played the Dolphins in week 1, which I'm not giving them any credit for that.
Right.
But beating the Broncos is actually...
It's good. To win.
It's decent.
It's decent, but it's
not.
But yeah, so
this is a good game for them.
It's a prove it game for them. See what they're about. But I don't think they're going to be about shit. Give me the Rams minus 3.5. Then my last bet is going to be a divisional game, NFC West divisional game, Seattle versus the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals just had a heartbreaker loss to the 49ers. Lost by a field goal. Special teams. I know they're going to be upset, but Seattle is a really good team. They got a running game going. Sam Darnold seems like he got some shit going. He clicking. They rolling. Defense is playing well. It's Seattle minus 1. It's a pick 'em, but give me Seattle to win that game right there.
I actually love that pick because
Philly minus 3.5, Rams minus 3.5, and Seattle minus 1.
I actually love that Seattle pick because James Conner just went out, and that actually fucked up a lot of stuff for me in fantasy football.
Yeah, James Conner went out. But, Marvin Harrison can't catch a ball. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. So my 3 picks this week for best bets. Let's pop it off with one of those teams that we just mentioned. It's a dog, Remy. He just barked. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos minus 7 versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, normally I don't like 7 points, but they have had an atrocious run game. Mm-hmm. Jake Browning is throwing picks left and right. And defensive player of the year, you don't want to be throwing picks heavy against. So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Denver Broncos minus 7 versus the Cincinnati Bengals, just because I don't think the Bengals are gonna be able to do that much. Another pick. I'm gonna run it back. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers minus 6 versus the Giants. I told y'all I'm gonna stick beside them. Mm-hmm. I'm running it against the Giants because Jackson Dart is being thrown into a fucking blender. Mm-hmm. I don't know why you. Well, I do know why you start him this week, but I think it's a bad spot for him to start. Give me the Chargers defense to dominate the Giants, put up a few points, and actually cover Malik Neighbors properly. I think he gets some catches. I think he gets some receptions, but I just don't think it's enough for them to be able to put up a significant fight And that offensive line of the Chargers has been blocking pretty well for Herbert. And when they haven't been able to been able to block that well, Herbert is putting on some fucking magic. That boy threw a sidearm pass to Keenan Allen for a touchdown in a tight window that most quarterbacks could never even dream of making.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And for that reason, I'm going to take the Chargers -6. And the last pick, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers +5 against the New England Patriots. I just don't think the Patriots are that damn good.
Yeah.
And the Carolina Panthers is not that good either, but I think that blowout that they just put on the Chargers, the blowout that they just put on the Falcons' ass.
Oh my God.
Was horrendous for the Falcons, but phenomenal for the Carolina Panthers because of the simple fact of I think it gave them some juice.
Yeah.
Bryce Young looked energized. He back out there smiling again. You got people catching passes. You got people making plays. And for that reason, I think they can put together enough to at least cover the spread against Drake May and the New England Patriots. Because 5 is a little bit high for the Patriots. The Patriots might still win, but give me the Denver Broncos -7, Chargers -6, and the Carolina Panthers +5.
Hey.
So, yeah, man. But with all that being said, there's only one segment left in this show. And the folks still got to know. Who's barking to you? Remy barked. Got me a little bit scared that the Cincinnati Bengals might actually pull an upset. Because every time he does it,
the dog wins.
The dog wins. But who is your dog of the week?
I'm gonna go to the Dublin game in Ireland. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Vikings. I don't. Yeah, give me the Steelers, man. Give me Steel City, dog.
You taking the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Minnesota Vikings at 9:30 in the damn morning?
It's not going to be 9:30 over there.
In the Dublin, Ireland game.
Yeah.
After traveling.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers still waking up. He's an old man.
Yeah. I just think they're juiced up because that game that the Vikings just had where Isaiah Rodgers had like 2 touchdowns returned.
You know what? Old guys do wake up early.
He did 2 forced fumbles, 2 touchdowns returned, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that was just a juiced up win. So give me the Steelers, man. Money line. Straight up. That's my dog.
Who's the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings this week? Are they still going with
no idea.
Carson?
I think Carson.
2 old guys can wake up early in the morning and get going. That's tough. But I understand the pick. I do understand the pick.
No, they did that against the Bengals, man. What they did was against the Bengals. The Bengals.
We talking about the Bengals.
We talking about the Bengals.
We talking about practice, not the game that I love. But
the Bengals gave them 2 touchdowns.
Well, my underdog pick, and by the way, going Dogs, just talking about records real quick, you hop right into it. But last week, I was not successful in my dog pick. You also were not successful in your dog pick last week.
Yeah.
So as it stands, the grand total is 0-2 for me in dogs and 1-1 for you in dogs. So we gotta get back on track. So maybe we'll see what Steel City does in Ireland. But I'm going to go ahead with the Jets as my dog this week. The Dogs are playing against the Miami Dolphins. Why am I picking the New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins? Because they are playing the fucking Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are a 3-point favorite in this game, and I don't understand why. Be frank, they produced something this past week.
They played better against the Bills.
They did play better against the Bills. Home. But the Jets also lost a game where they could have won. They just didn't close.
Yeah.
At the last second. Based on what I've seen out of the Jets, based on what I've seen out of the Dolphins, I like what I've seen out of the Jets better than what I've seen out of the Dolphins. It's really that simple for me. Give me the Jets versus the Dolphins in a division matchup. In a division matchup, I got to go with the better team. That's just it. So give me the Jets. But with all that being said, for this wonderful show, that's all we got.
That's it.
So make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all keep on. Follow the channel. Follow us on IG. Follow us on whatever platforms we decide to add after this week. But make sure y'all keep showing us love so we can keep showing it back. I want to tap in with y'all maybe with some more lives, you know what I'm saying? Some of these games, especially some of these crazy games, because I felt like I be having some very emotional reactions sometimes right after watching some of these games, such as that Falcons-Carolina game, but maybe I was just so pissed I couldn't even get on live. Yeah. But make sure y'all stay tuned and tap into the channel, man, because we gotta show y'all more love as long as y'all keep showing us love. So anything else you want to tell to the people before we go?
Close it out. Parlays.
Making money line plays. May all these bets continue to pay because we need that money today.
Damn right.
So we'll catch up with y'all in the next episode of No Hedging Podcast. Peace.
I'm out.